Hey, Bryan ACheampong. Bryan, that's why the enemy respect you, pa. I mean, who's a very noble person, at least. I wish I former make us a minchamo. Dr. Bryan ACheampong, me a metier. I'm a bushman. Ya bush opinion, no. Video me, my mempenation. Or by frame or Barbara, men frame of video, oh, frame and come over from video, you want men for. Bryan. AYɛKa se be am wate ase se ni efi se menam fi se wonim nyansa pa na me fi se wonim nyansa pa because wo hye suit wo botai wo sika wo si rock city wo kotre wo ba dem fi se wo ye honorable pa enne na mu se ye yakowi se tre no so kwa Bryan ACheampong utini sa so kwa uti ye empty me say adakato kurama enemrem ye tribal politics now that is the least I expected from you Dr. Bryan. That is the least that I expected from you because you obi am who at least ye bu kakra wo hyesi utanu abotai obi hu wonim se wonim nyansa wo che se wadwumu da ho basa wuti no adakato pa what I say me and Tuma Dr. Bawumia. Because there is tribal war be a course war, northern region. It's war no fee say Dr. Bawumia side eka war no ho dia. And then pay me na kunti ko fa ba ko edni begina. Esan say we mu ni we ni kunti obi antoma no. Hwe sa ntokwa no, sa jimi ntokwa no. Anyansafo na wo sa kron so mo kubio. E na wan kasa wo ya mabusuani so me ni wani hia. Mabusu ani no ba meme nkotoma metoma Dr. Bawumia eti emfa hu eni bebi antokwa wo eni bebi antokwa ni doctor edi doctor ni fi so from there o say ko investigate certificate e bia na o kan sansadari sa ge na ko de to be papa e bia na ka ho nti wo certificate because I investigate because me nim doctor na adwuma emrese me hu bi da Bryan ACheampong uti kasi ba we disappoint me. Mabusu ani no ba wo da ballot na Dr. Bawumia da meto ma Dr. Bawumia mentoma wo eti argument de okoka ho no I mean there's one thing I don't understand oh there's one thing I don't understand I don't understand contestants in na so bia ya no attack Dr. Bawumia you see him say only nipa was am bringing it down na mo say NPP party me bo am bringing it down we are na mu maka mole fo wona ken maka mole ntuma agofo no magu party no anyesa what dem fi say wonim nyansa pa I am ya pa because na me nim say at least Dr. Bedi first na we the second na say ya pa bi do asha na the Kennedy na e na kwa kototo ho but Saudi ka Japan kra na asabe wo ma obi hu say ono aka say ndisi fo adwuma na omo ye no oye no wo dem say ka Japan kra ye Bryan ACheampong wo gufie ebe ya ahwe se wusika yes sir 100th position e kan wa obedi to obeda 100 efine kwi efine meno ubif meno ebe se me ne kan de no na de abusuani amnim se wonim nyansa pa nka wo ya ni ma tsabe ebe boan na sa wuti ne de adakato na esimi be adakato krama troubles pa na so tizo enne me yep ayi tribal politics no mo konto kwa na mo konto kwa obi fo bi hu Ghana for pe change Ghana for se dwoma ha baba wa be disappoint wo Ghana for se 24-hour economy no enya mbaso Ghana for se 24-hour economy na mbaso o ma minus yen ye de re share wo ye de share mahamamu ona be promise ye wo site so bo me AYɛKa na so mahama bai wo chichi yen wo chichi yen fidie okada fo se mahama ka se oba pe obemo mai o madwuma enso last week ya chichiom bebre de omkokota agigi bebe moto se fi omsem adwadi fo se mahama wo se dollar what dollar so but duty boy e dia sentama na dollar no wo esoro kura no te adwadi fo se mahama hona from adwadi fo se de we NDC for youth ni bi Jimmy Current no e ka omko ni eto aba ne no mapa mojo mahama eti Ghana for they are willing for Dr. Bawumia to come and take over. Eti Bryan, Umpo, Dr. Bawumia will be president in 2028. Mark baby and Suunka. Now what the nanki ye mu bi pewasem pa, but I said the unsi ye finance for I leaders I am for onka hon bi. E fina na me wo sa hey Dr. Bawumia we need first na Kenya. Kabema nkophobia ni efiso mu nim nyansa pa e de rebe hye mu no. Akadacho me disappointed. Be hu ni nese Bryan, within here empty from near corner. Ye position one, your position well. Mano esi me kwadwo abedonko. Me akwa woni ba, me fukwa unkwatia. Bryan, me say wuti no empty. Wuti tokro edem.
Since 1965, there have been 11 elections in Ghana. Since 1965. And the performance of the NPP in the 6-hour tradition, in the 6 Boko zone seats, there are 6 seats in the Boko zone. If you look at it, the performance is as follows. In 1965, our tradition had 0 seats. At that time, I was only 2 years old. I had nothing to do with it. In 1969, we had 2 seats. In 1979, under Victor Usu's leadership, we had 0 seats. In 1996, we had 0 seats in that area. In 2000, we had 1 seat. In 2004, under President Fuɔ, we had 0 seats. 2008, we had 1 seat. 2012, under President Fuɔ, we had 0 seats. 2016, we had 2 seats. 2020, we had 1 seat. And 2024, we went back to 0 seats. What all the data is saying is that out of the 6 seats in the NPP, out of the 6 seats, the 11 elections, NPP has 0 in 6 of the 11 elections. So this is not an area that is a stronghold of the NPP. In fact, if you took the whole Boko zone, the 6 constituencies put together, we lost just 30,000 votes in 2024. So you can't look, it is not the Boko election that made us lose 2024. And we need to be very clear about that, that the data shows that the Boko factor was not a factor in the outcome of the 2024 elections, and we should stop moving in that direction. Another piece of propaganda people have been pushing, and it's very important, is a religious propaganda that because I was a Muslim, and that's why we didn't win. That is also not supported by the data. I'm a data person, so I always go and look at the data. And if in fact that was the case, you would see that NPP presidential and parliamentary candidates, if in fact people were voting according to religion, in most of the constituencies, the Christian parliamentary candidate should have been doing better than me, isn't it? But that was not really the case. In most of our strongholds, I was doing better in many constituencies than our parliamentary candidates. If you see in places like Efiga Secretary East, in Ashanti, Akim Central, Akim North, Akimanwa Beja, Bekwai, Kwada, Soma, Pong, Manshia North, Manshia South, Mansun Edubia, Mansun Kwanta, Shayasun Sutra, Kwamambe Kwaso, Obuasi East, Obuasi West, Ofensu South, and Secretary Pram Place. This is just Ashanti. I did better than all the Christian parliamentary candidates in all these constituencies. So it doesn't show. My favorite example is Asen South. Asen South, my good friend Reverend Tim Forjo was the candidate. He's a reverend, but I beat him in his constituency. So that cannot be the case, that it was because of, and the NPP is not that way inclined. We are not religiously or tribally bigoted. And that is why when I stood for the primaries in 2023, the superdelegates, we were 10 of us. I was the only Muslim. The rest were Christians, but NPP voted for me 61% to represent the party. So we are not bigoted in religious or tribal dimensions. So it is something that we need to stay away from. This is dangerous. This path that some of the aspirants are moving on really represents an existential threat to our party. We have to tell them to stop that line of campaign. It will hurt this party because after the primary, we have to go to the country. We have to go to every tribe, we have to go to every religion and win votes for this party to form the next government. And so we should not get down. In fact, before the Professor Okoye report, I promised Nana Akufo-Addo when the issue of religion came up, I said to President Akufo-Addo that if the Okoye report in fact finds that religion was a factor in the election, I will step down and not contest in the interest of the NPP. I said I will not put my personal ambition above the interest of the NPP. And that is the promise I made at a general meeting. I told the president. And Okoye's support came out and said there was no issue of religion. And so we did not get in that manner. In fact, one coordinator of one of the aspirants' campaign recently introduced a new argument. They said that delegates should not vote for me because my wife is not a true Ghanaian. I mean, I've never heard this argument before. I mean, and suddenly it is being introduced in our party. We are a very diverse party, covering all religions and all tribes. And it is important that we have unity. If you want to contest with me, come with your vision, come with your vision, come with your ideas, come with your integrity, come with your track record. And that is what we are going to run this campaign on ideas and not on where you come from. When I was defending the party in the Supreme Court in 2013, they did not say I'm a Mapusi man or a Muslim or a Northerner. When I was giving lectures and campaigning for the party to come into office in 2016, they did not say I was a Mapusi man, a Northerner or a Muslim. When my campaign in the North made the difference in our winning the 2020 election, they did not say I'm a Mapusi man, a Northerner or a Muslim. When Samira was campaigning the length and breadth of Ghana for this party, they did not say she was not a true Ghanaian. So what has changed now? Let us be clear that these views do not represent the views of the rank and file of the NPP. They don't represent the views. The NPP will always triumph over tribal and religious bigots. What we need is unity to go forward and win 2028. Without unity, we cannot win. Let us remember how the divisions cost us the election in 1979. We cannot let that happen again. I have absolute confidence, ladies and gentlemen, that if we work hard, stay united, we will win 2028. But we need to put our house in order. And I believe we are going to put our house in order. I want to thank all of you, and I want to assure you that by the grace of God, inshallah, we are going to win 2028. On that note, I want to say a big congratulations and a happy anniversary to the New York chapter. Long live NPP New York, long live NPP USA, long live the NPP, and long live Ghana. God bless you, God bless you, God bless you.